Hello, all my lovely Star Trek fans and Star Trek people who love Star Trek and love Star Trek Online. We are back with another Let's Play episode in my Let's Play episode series of Star Trek Online. So, we're having a great time. We're kinda near the end of the game. It's going pretty good. I know a lot of people are looking forward to when we do STFs, so that'll be fun. But right now, we've only got one mission left in the Borg Collective. That's it. And then it's over for the Borg stuff. Actually, not quite. Because if you go to the Undine Advance, one of the missions called Assimilation, it actually deals with the Borg, even though the Undine are in it. And I would say it's more of a Borg mission than it is an Undine mission. But we'll get to that, and I'll show you when we get there. But right now, we're going to finish up with the Borg stuff. We did asset recovery, where again we had to help some hostages. Actually, they were assimilated, but we ended up rescuing them anyway, and that was cool. Now it's time for the last technically Borg episode, but we are introduced to a familiar face. And who would have ever thought that Q would be in Star Trek Online? But yes, they found a way to integrate Q into one of the storylines of this game, and I absolutely love that. I mean, every aspect of the TV shows is like in this game. You just cannot beat that. No game has the total combination of like every Star Trek show and every series. So this is just completely awesome to me. I love it. Alright, so this next episode is called State of Q. An old friend sends you back to one of the deadliest battles in Federation history. And this is going to tie in with a Deep Space Nine episode. This is just totally awesome. Alright. The USS Copernicus is surveying the a.k.a. system, but I'm not comfortable sending just one ship into an area that has had several reports of Borg activity. Captain Cassini might need some help. Would you be willing to go to the a.k.a. system as an escort for the Copernicus? Like, we really have a choice, obviously. Even in the shows, they never said, would you mind doing this? No, it was always an order. Go to the a.k.a. system, located in the Galdantir sector of the, I guess that's how you say it, of the Gamma Orionis sector block, and help the Copernicus. And we will get a Mark 10 personal shield, which is useless to us. Alright, so, let's go to the a.k.a. system, which I'm going to go with is this circling object. So far in Gamma Orionis, we came out of the gate here. We've been to Hotep, we've been to Keswick, and now we're going to a.k.a. So that's like this whole bottom part of the sector. We haven't messed with any systems yet up here in this area. And you'll also notice there is actually another whole sector block called the Pelea sector off of Gamma Orionis, and that's where the Undine stuff is at. So we've only been to like half of this sector block so far, so we still have more to do actually. And then the Patran cluster, that's your general go, do nebula stuff like explore planets and do whatever, do 3 systems, get a reward type stuff. But that's the Patran cluster. In the past, the Patran cluster used to give you a different item reward. It would give you these different things you could go buy your stuff with. But now they replaced it all with dilithium, so it's really not relevant. It still gives you dilithium though. So anyway, here we are, a.k.a. system. For those that remember back to the Emblem days, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with the Patran cluster. But it's changed. It's not as necessary as it used to be, which is a shame. Alright. Enter the a.k.a. system. Another great warp in. Green space. Uh-oh, and there's a ship being fired on. Sir, we're receiving a distress signal from the Copernicus. The ship is under attack by the Borg and requesting immediate assistance. Reinforcements have been called, but we are the only ship in range. Obviously. Okay. Let's help them out, shall we?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Alright, done. Where's our ship? There she is. Copernicus, a science vessel. Why, she's way out here by herself. She is not equipped for Borg, that's for sure. Uh-oh, it is Q. And you'll notice it doesn't look like the same Q, John Delancey, who played him in the series. But there's a reason for that. No, 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 that was boring, you Starfleet types. Let's see, I need a voice for him, let's see. No, 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 that was boring, you Starfleet types. Do you ever do anything with passion? With a little bit of joy, or whatever that is. I've been more entertained watching black holes form. Again from the top, and this time do it with feeling. Okay, that was a horrible cue, but there you go. Oh, crap. Q has changed everything for us, and Captain, the Federation science ship Copernicus is under attack by the Borg. Weapons are down and life support is on emergency power, but their shields are holding for now. The Captain of the Copernicus has issued a general distress, so things have gotten worse.
Ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
Okay, it is moving. Hard to keep up with. And there we go. Okay, great. What is Q up to this time? There's the Copernicus. She's okay. She survived. Now what? That was better, but it was no masterpiece. It's no wonder that we did just a... you did just a miserable job of fighting the Borg at Wolf 359. 42 years later, and you barely understand the Borg. It's rather sad watching your feeble attempts to defend yourselves, the last gasp of an insignificant civilization. But I'm the sporting sort, and I know you Starfleet types can be almost amusing if you put your minds to it. I'll let you try one more time, and just to keep you on your toes, I'm going to change things around a little. Can you at least try to pretend like your life depends on it? Yeah, okay. Q is testing us, apparently. Now we've got a swarm of probes. Probes. Those are easy. This is no challenge, Q. This is too easy. Give me a real challenge. Come on. That was easy. Sensors are picking up more Borg in the system, and they're locking onto the Copernicus. The Copernicus's weapons are operational, but her engines are offline. Recommend we stay close to them and render any assistance we can. Uh-oh, there's more Borg coming. Up. Alright, there's our test. That is our test. Now, this part's a little funky because it tells you to stay near the Copernicus, but if you end up doing that, nothing really happens. You actually need to fly toward the cube. Maybe if you do stay with it, something does happen after a very long time, but all the action is over here where this cube is at. So that's where we're going to go. Now I should get a pop-up here from Q, I think. If not, just go ahead and start firing.
Ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Rear shield
This is no
failing.
longer a true test
Rear
of your
shields
capabilities, Mon Capitan. The fight is trivial with all of this help. Do you need a fleet to help you get dressed in the morning? How can you expect to protect your timeline and the fate of all you hold near and dear if you're not even challenging yourself? Clearly, it's up to me to even the odds. Really? Do I have to do everything for you? Oh, okay, and he creates another cube for me.
Under attack. Target
That's
shield
nice.
has failed.
Oh, 3 cubes. Now it's a test. The other ones aren't even firing on me. Oh, something's happening. Oh, there he is. That is Q in space. Something he never quite did in the TV show, but he was definitely capable of doing if he had wanted to. So there's three cubes and Q. Alright. Let's get close to him here. He is definitely living life large. Looks kind of freaky, actually. Alright, anyway. Hail Q. Greetings, Admiral. I'm surprised to see you've made it this far, although I've met Milvaran Mudfleas who could have handled that trivial task. Go ahead, ask your questions. You probably won't understand the answers, though. Time travel, alternate realities, super science. It's all a bit much for an oaf like you to take in. Well, he's definitely a Q, alright. What is going on here, Q? Really? Has every nuance of the situation escaped you? Let me use simple words you can understand. Borg bad, you fight Borg. Or in other words, I have a task for you. I need to know if you're up to it, and frankly, it's not looking good. Aunt Kathy would have figured this out by now. Ooh, Aunt Kathy, that gives you a clue to who this Borg is. Did you cause this? I may have nudged a few things here or there, but in the grand cosmic scheme of things, no, you wouldn't understand. There are more players here than you know. I demand you stop this at once. Or what? You'll shoot your little toy phasers at me? Don't make me laugh. What are you? A certain Starfleet captain once said we were devious and immoral and unreliable and irresponsible and not to be trusted. He forgot that we Q are gods who bend space and time to our whims. We are also devilishly handsome. So this specific Q is not QQ, but he is Q's son, who we saw in Voyager. Enough of this. Get on with it, Q. Quite right. This has gone on long enough, and it's time to begin. Prepare to relive one of the most renowned battles in your Federation's mundane little history. And who knows, you might even survive. We are about to time travel, aren't we? See you there, Captain. Well, it is time to time travel, my friends. We are going into the past. A past we never really got to see too well in the TV series, because by the time our Enterprise got there, the Enterprise D, the battle was over with. Captain, well, I guess we saw it in Deep Space Nine. They showed more of it then. Captain, what just happened? I just saw a sign that said we were on the USS Saratoga. But everything feels so strange. There's someone near the window. I think it's Q. This can't be good. Saratoga. Why, that sounds familiar. There's a dead Starfleet ship out there. A Starfleet ship firing on a Borg cube. More Starfleet ships. Talk to Q. Welcome to the USS Saratoga, Captain. Look out the window. Isn't it amazing? So many deaths. Such a devastating blow to the Federation. You're up on your history, yes? Do you remember that this was the ship Benjamin Sisko barely escaped during the battle? The same Benjamin Sisko who later became the emissary of the Bajoran prophets and was instrumental in the Dominion War, the legendary commander of Deep Space Nine? Hard to believe his entire timeline is about to be wiped out of existence. So we are on the actual ship that Benjamin Sisko is on right now at Wolf 359 that he did barely escape from, but apparently someone is trying to change this timeline and make sure he doesn't exist. You have an enemy that is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. For eons, the demons of air and darkness have waited in their starless corner of space, watching and planning, and now they're back, and they've chosen to stir your past up a bit and see what happens. They've opened a tiny crack in reality for the Borg, just enough to send some here, to this ship, to this time. An insignificant little change in the grand scheme of things, but it's one that could do irreparable damage to the world you know. Alright, so let's examine this, because this is really important and pretty awesome. So we have an enemy that is more powerful than we can imagine. More powerful than the Q, well, maybe not the Q, but definitely the Borg. For eons, and it says the demons of air and darkness. Now, when we first played this game, when Star Trek Online first came out, we had no idea what that meant, demons of air and darkness, because that had not been talked about yet. But we know from playing the subsequent featured episode series that have come about since then, like the Riemann one, and what was the other one? There was another one where it mentioned the demons of air and darkness, or what was going on. But basically, maybe in the Jem'Hadar one, I'm not sure. There was another one. But also there were other references that have come up since then that told us basically who the demons of air and darkness are, and they are the Iconians. The Iconians who escaped this galaxy a long time ago, but have apparently been hiding out and planning and manipulating. So when we first played State of Q, first time ever, it was like, whoa, who is that enemy? Are we ever going to meet them? And we never have yet. But it's definitely been hinted at throughout the featured episode series that they're building up to this big storyline about the Iconians. And I definitely hope they bring that about, because totally awesome. And this episode ties right into that. The Iconians have sent Borg from the future, 42 years from the future, from this timeline, and sent them back to this point in time, so that they can destroy the Saratoga and Benjamin Sisko. Normally, I just sit back and watch the fireworks, but today I'm feeling almost charitable, so I'm giving you a chance to fix things. The Borg shouldn't be on this ship. Your Benjamin Sisko is supposed to live to command Deep Space Nine. Stop the Borg and save Sisko. Do this, and I promise I'll take you home. So the Q are actually helping us. We have enemies, the Iconians, but the Q are apparently even more powerful. So they're actually helping us, which is crazy. They are. So we have to destroy the Borg. Now, thing about these Borg is that these Borg are from the past. These are Borg 42 years in the past. So they're a little bit easier than the Borg we'll encounter when we get back to our own timeline. They can still be tough if you aggro a lot of them, but they're not too bad. They're pretty easy to deal with. Clear a path. I could be wrong about that. I thought these were Borg from the past, but now I'm thinking about what Hughes said about the Iconians sending Borg from the future here on the ship. Now there are Borg on the ship. Maybe in the original timeline there were not Borg on the ship. But these Borg look different. That's why I question that. They don't look like the Borg we've been fighting. They look lesser. They look like more like the TNG Borg we saw. So, I don't know. Either way, they're not that bad to deal with. Oh, they got sucked right out of space. A hull breach. And ooh, more Borg. I've always liked this technological feature about starships in the future, is that you can have your hull blown out like this, and a force field is able to fill the gap and keep space out and keep your environment inside. I've always thought that's awesome technology, and I wonder how it's done. I mean, it's like, where are the force field projectors? Are they in this? Are they, just down the hall every certain amount of space, or are they between the walls? Are they like between the walls, like built inside the wall? You gotta wonder how it's all done, but I've always found that fascinating. I'm not sure if they're saying adapting or not. These Borg may not be able to adapt. Alright, this room we have to hold our ground. There's going to be a lot of Borg that spawn in this room, and we just have to basically defend it. I'm not going to use my remodulator, and I'm going to see if any of the Borg here say adapted. Because I don't think they do. See, I think these Borg are behaving like the Borg that used to be in the game. From the start. These Borg aren't adapting to damage. Which means they're the old Borg, they're not the new Borg. Because I don't have to remodulate with them. Yeah, none of these Borg say adapted when I'm shooting them. So these Borg do not adapt to damage, so I don't have to worry about remodulating with these. Okay, this one said adapted. That's weird. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Not very often, I guess. Maybe just certain drones adapt and certain ones don't. Not sure. That one did not adapt at all. But yet that one. Some are adapting, some aren't. That's weird. Alright, good. That bit's done. Now let's continue. We have to destroy Borg devices. And then defeat the Borg boss. Okay, not that way. This way. And here we are into the main arena. So the first thing to do is to take out both of these devices. Okay, that's one, and now we have to go to the other side and do the same. Sweet. Alright, now we have to talk to Q. This is it, Ensign Ricky. It all comes down to this. If you give a second to rest, I'll give you a second to rest if you'd like. When you're ready, say the word and I'll allow your fate to unfold. So you can say not yet, and what you can do, because they're all going to spawn right here in the middle, what you can do is set up all your crap. All the stuff that's going to help you win. And then we can go at it. And there you go. As you can see, pretty easy. Look at all this stuff I got going on here. I got a ton of stuff. No wonder it's easy. Oh, and there's Q outside the ship again. He just loves doing that, doesn't he? Alright, talk to Q. I have to congratulate you, Ensign Ricky. That was almost entertaining. My father has always had such a fascination with you people. Now I understand why. I can't wait to play with you again. We'll have such wonderful games together. Now then, I believe you had some Borg of your own to deal with, and I did promise to take you home. A Q never breaks his word. Shall we return you to your ship? Return me to my ship, Q. So we save the past, so that the future can continue. Now we have to take care of the Borg out here. Well done, Captain. Truly, you are ready to face the Borg. In fact, you're so ready, I've sent your friends away and left you to handle this alone. Good luck. Oh, don't look at me that way. Fine. When you stare at me with those sad little puppy eyes, what choice do I have? He beamed 2 away, or cued 2 away, or snapped his fingers at 2, whatever he did. He made 2 cubes go away. So now I only have to deal with 1 cube. So this is the first time we've fought a cube, but this is just a regular cube. It's not that difficult. The tactical cubes are the ones that are hard. But these heavy plasma torps they fire at you, destroy them. They do a lot of damage. And I'm having to heal myself too, because they're doing me a lot of damage. Yeah, the Borg are pretty tough. And oh, get away from the explosion. Their explosion will kill you greatly. Wow. Okay. We have succeeded. Cube is gone. Q is spinning in circles. I'm not detecting any more Borg ships in the system, Captain. The Copernicus really took a beating, though. Recommend we send repair teams to assist. I will accept your gratitude and adoration with the modesty and charm that befits a Q. Now then, Captain, I think our business is concluded. Off you go. Strange new worlds to explore and all that. Until next time. Yeah, we're ready to leave. Let's get out of here. So, that story was very interesting because it's the first time that we really learned that the Iconians are, well, I guess there was that one Iconian episode where that strange ship popped up out of nowhere and we didn't know what it was, and then it went away. It was in the actual episode where we dealt with the Iconian homeworld, but they never said anything else about it. And then you just hear about the demons of air and darkness in this episode. So there are a couple hints there, I suppose. But yeah, the Iconians, can't wait. Alright, let's turn this thing in. I will just take any old thing.
Congratulations, Admiral.
There we go. We are now Rear Admiral Upper Half 48. We only have 49 and then 50, and we're maxed out. So we're like right there at the cusp of being the highest rank you can be in this game. Put another skill point in that. Not ready to do you yet, so go away. Alright, cool. So there you go. That's all the Borg missions. Borg Collective complete. There's only a few, but we did them. Again, I guess because at in-game, most of the stuff you deal with is Borg anyway. It's not a big deal. There's not a lot of Borg missions because you're going to be dealing with the Borg your entire in-game experience, so you'll get really tired of them. Alright, so the next thing to do is the Breen featured episode series. Again, this featured episode series came out at it was like one of the first featured episode series to come out. I think the first one was the Davidian one, and then they came out with the Breen invasion. So it was like the second featured episode series ever to come out. That means it's been in this game a very long time. And again, you used to be able to play it a lot earlier in the game with the way they had the storyline structured, but now they've moved it to the end of the game, so it's a little awkward for me because I'm used to playing it at the beginning of the game, and it offers a set. It offers you get a deflector, a shield, and an engine set. It's got a whole set for it. And as an early player in the game, I would always play the Breen invasion and do all of it, and then run with that set on my ship until I got to a different set that I could run. But they don't allow you to do that anymore, and that really sucks. And I wish they would, because this is not that great of a set. This set actually benefits early players of the game at low ranks more than it benefits the higher ranked people, because it really only has a lot of benefit against the Breen. If you're going to be fighting a lot of Breen, it will help you a lot with them, but it doesn't really at in-game, it doesn't help you against the Borg that much. It's really not a good set against the Borg. There are a lot better sets. So really, putting this whole set at in-game is kind of pointless. Nobody's going to use the Breen set. And a lot of people forget there even is a Breen set. And there is. But you end up not using it because it's pointless at in-game. It's not powerful enough at in-game. There's no benefits to it. So it gets lost. It gets lost in the other sets that are available out there. So I wish they would put this set back at the beginning of the game, because if you could get this set right when you start, like Lieutenant Commander, and then you could run this set as a Lieutenant Commander, you could run it as a Commander, and you can run it as a Captain, and you will be so much better off playing it at those 3 levels with this whole ship set. It would be totally awesome. And it does change a few visual aspects. So, it would be cool if they did that again. I don't think they realize what they've done to this set. They've made it kind of irrelevant by putting it at the end of the game. But anyway, there it is, and we can look at it more in detail later once we get the parts for it. But yeah. Anyway, we'll start the Breen invasion in the next episode, so hope you guys enjoyed that, and I have a lot of things to go sell in my inventory, so I'm going to go do that now. And I will see you all later. Again, I thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me, and absolutely love the feedback. Keep the feedback coming. And yeah, I've got lots more planned. People ask if I'm going to do KDF stuff. Yes, I will do KDF stuff. I will bring it. So just stay tuned. I love doing this, so I will see you all in the future. Thank you so much.